Shabbat Shalom. Welcome home. Welcome home. Look around. Do you see it? Can you feel it? The shimmer of the Shekhinah, God's indwelling presence. The sacred sparkle of Synagogue reborn. Fresh paint on the walls, wrapping us like a talit in promise and possibility. New floors, white, marbled, shimmering, as if the angels walked barefoot here and whispered, Yehi Or, let there be light. Vayehi Or, and there was light. Or Ami, the light of my people, the light of our people. This sacred makeover, new lights, new floors, new paint, a fresh face for a familiar friend, was made possible by the generosity of our landlord as part of our renewed lease here. We are grateful to the team of people who made it happen. Thank you. Vice President Dan Germain, past presidents Leslie Kraut, Craig Steinau, and Richard Rutkin, Operations Manager Isela Alcala, and our deeply devoted President Susie Gruber, all of whom, like the biblical Bitzalel, envisioned, engineered, and executed this beautiful refurbishment. And thanks to our Ormy staff, alphabetically, Andrew, Brooke, Diana, Isela, Laura, Micah, Shonda, Stephanie, and Rabbi Alana, for planning and unpacking, moving, and maneuvering with the grace of the Levites and the strength of Samson. And to our maintenance team, Luis and his wife Rosalba, whose hands packed and unpacked with quiet strength and great care. Thanks to all of you. To all of you. Because of you, the soul of this synagogue is reimagined daily, not just as a building, but as a bayit, as Andrew sang, a home, a Jewish home. This week, we read in the parashah, in the Torah portion, from Parashat Devarim, the book of Devarim. Devarim are words. Here Moses speaks his final speeches. He doesn't hold a staff up or split the seas. Instead, he tells stories. He reflects, he remembers, he reminds. Because words build worlds. Because the words we choose to speak, to teach, to frame our faith can shape generations. Nestled within this portion, as Rabbi Ilana taught, are words that shape Jewish life. Shema Yisrael, hear, O Israel. Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad, the source of being. That source is one. And then Ve'ahavta, you shall love, b'chol levavcha, v'chol nafshecha, u'v'chol me'odecha, with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your might. Or as others translate it, with all your mind, with all your soul, with all your being. These are not just instructions. They are invitations. To listen, to love, to live as Jews, even when, as Rabbi Alana reminded us, it's inconvenient, it's uncomfortable, or it's unclear. What that brings us to the Mezuzah. Those words are in the Mezuzah. What is a Mezuzah? A scroll, yes, containing the words of Shema and Ve'ahavta. But more, the Mezuzah is a moral mirror. The Talmud explains, when a person enters or leaves their home and sees the Mezuzah, they are reminded of God's unity and their sacred responsibilities. It's not magic, it's mindfulness. Every time we pass through a door, whether a literal door or metaphorical, and we notice or touch or kiss the mezuzah, we are asking, we are asked, will you live your values? Will you love your neighbor? Will you listen to the oneness of it all? The mezuzah declares, there is no space between the sacred and the secular, between the synagogue and the street, between being a Jew here at prayer and being a Jew out there in the world. So let me speak for just a few moments, a quick detour, with care and compassion, about one challenge of being a Jew in this world. Namely, what's going on in Gaza. Breathe through it with me. Will you? Hear the invitation, just to listen. In Gaza, there is hunger. Real, gnawing, dangerous hunger. President Trump spoke about it not 4 or 5 days ago. The Prime Minister of Israel, he spoke about it too, finally 5 days ago. Children are malnourished, families are desperate, the world watches with outrage and blame, with too little clarity and too few solutions. Let's be clear. Hamas bears enormous responsibility. They still hold 50 hostages. They hoard food, they hide supplies, they steal aid. They spread fake photos to sway public opinion. They have turned starvation into a cynical strategy. And still, our Jewish values demand more. Decisions made and not made, some good, some bad, some worse, have contributed significantly to this situation. And we, the government of Israel, can do better. Our Torah teaches, when you lay siege to a city, do not destroy its fruit trees. Even in conflict, we are taught there must be compassion. Proverbs teaches, if your enemy is hungry, give them bread to eat. Even our enemies are made b'tselem Elohim, in the image of God. Our tradition further says, we're not obligated to finish the work, to solve every problem. But neither are we free to close our eyes and abandon it. We can be lovers of Israel, Zionists even, and still demand that the Israeli government live up to Jewish values. We can support Israel and still insist on feeding hungry children. We can condemn Hamas and still cry out for the hungry. And we must. So, what do? We sit with the discomfort. Jews do not look away. We do not numb ourselves. I invite you to read or reread the letter that Rabbi Ilana and I sent out this morning. First, notice how it makes you feel. Comfortable, uncomfortable, angry, worried. Take your pulse and breathe. Just breathe. Get out of the politics and learn. Listen to the podcasts that are there. These are people from Israel, lovers of Israel. One, an Orthodox rabbi. Another, bringing in journalists who are fair and thoughtful. Explore the statements by the URJ, the IMPJ, by National Council of Jewish Women, American Jewish Committee. Learn, wonder, wrestle. That's what it means to be a Jew, you know. Yisrael, the ones who wrestle with God, but who also wrestle with our God-given values. You don't have to agree. But what we sent you are things that we all need to look at. One of which was a letter signed by an organization that Rabbi Lana, the Reform rabbis and Reform movement in Israel, put together. This Saturday night begins Tisha B'Av, the 9th of Av, our people's day of deepest mourning. Traditionally, we fast, we sit low, we chant Eicha Lamentations by candlelight. We remember destruction, the burning of Jerusalem, the destruction of the first and second temples, exile after exile, heartbreak after heartbreak. Judaism doesn't stop there, though. We don't stop with sorrow. Judaism teaches us to build again and again. From Tisha B'Av's devastation emerges the season of Nechama, of comfort. From destruction, we dedicate, we rededicate. That's what tonight's about too, right? Ora Mead's own Chanukah Tabayit, rededication of our communal home. In Jewish tradition, Chanukah Tabayit means more than just a housewarming. It's a sacred ceremony investing a home with holiness, and with the Mezuzah, that small scroll that contains our greatest truths. Shema Yisrael, V'ahavta. Hear, love, live out our values. That's why we place a mezuzah, not just to sanctify space, but to remind us that holiness begins on the threshold between one place and another. That even after loss, we plant purpose. Even after sorrow, we declare, this is sacred. Listen, think about it. We have just painted and polished, and now we proclaim that this synagogue is our response to what has happened in the world over the centuries to Jews. That this synagogue and this mezuzah is our refusal to forget who we are. That this is our Tisha B'Av reversal. Moving from ruin back to renewal, from mourning back to meaning, from darkness to or, to light, to the light of my people. We are, or Ami. In a few moments, we're going to affix 2 mezuzot. One inside the door, reachable for all. When you enter and leave this sanctuary or the synagogue or any room, and you see a mezuzah, you might touch it, you might then kiss your fingers, reminding you that the work of your hands and the words of your mouth must reflect the values of our Torah. And we bless this second one, a piece of sacred art which you'll see in a few moments. Radiant and remarkable. You all participated creating it with the artist team of Isaac and Rabbi Shana Brinjagard Bialik, dear friends of Michelle and me, but even more, an incredible artist and rabbi team that go around the country and create artwork that instills the values and teachings of Torah and Judaism. That mezuzah will hold not just the Shema, but the Shema'ot, the echoes of our hands and our hearts. Each thumbprint or fingerprint, a testament. Each swirl of color, a silent hineni, here I am. And behind the art, we will put not only scrolls of V'ahavta and Shema, but soul scrolls, those blessings that were written by us, this community, rolled up, pressed into parchment, love lettered into liturgy. That mezuzah will say, this place is holy. This people is holy. This moment, this return, this rededication is holy. So listen, Shema, and love, V'ahavta. And even when it's hard, live l'chaim, to life. Because as Jews and Jewish families, we should care deeply, we should wrestle internally, and we should dream boldly. This is what it means to be a Jew. This is Or Ami. We are Or Ami. The light of my people, the light of God's people, the light of our people. Let's make it shine. Let it shine. We must and will shine. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. And so, I'm going to invite Rabbi Ilana to take this mezuzah, and I'm going to ask that our president, any past presidents, and any of our board members join her at the doorway to the sanctuary. I'm going to ask you in a moment, when we're ready, you'll put your hand on her shoulder. Don't push her, let her guide the mezuzah to where it needs to go. You only get one shot of this because it's that tape. I'm going to ask everyone else to take out your prayer sheet, prayer number 4, and let's read together the words for fixing the mezuzah. Slowly together. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu likboa mezuzah. Now in English, praise to you, Adonai our God, guide of the universe, who makes us holy through mitzvot, commanding us to affix the mezuzah. And we say together, Amen. We We have a mezuzah outside that door. But once the door is open, you can't get to it. One of the kids said, what are we supposed to do, walk around it? And so we said, we'll put a new one inside. Rabbi Ilana helped pick it out, and you'll notice how beautifully it matches the colors of the sanctuary and the mezuzah on the outside. And in a minute, we're going to bring in our second mezuzah, artist Isaac and Rabbi Shauna will come on up to the front. Remember, it was your fingerprints, the soul prints, that we brought here together. Notice the shin for Shaddai. Shaddai means El Shaddai is God, Lord of hosts, the God of hosts, the God of strength. What's that? It's the power name for God. And Shaddai is also, if you double it, Yad, Yadayim, Regel, foot, Raglayim. Shaddayim are also breasts. So go with me, because this is not mine, it's an older tradition. That El Shaddai, in addition to be God of strength, is also God the nurturer. May this place be a place where the Jewish people find strength. May this place be a place where we nourish our children and each other toward holiness. You'll come and you'll look at it, don't touch yet, but on the back, can you show them the back? There is some plastic there, and we will put, when we go out, you'll be able to either, you may not be able to find yours, but take one of the scrolls and put it in there, and we'll fill it up more during the year, creating in the back of it a whole beautiful set of prayers. And we will hang it somewhere. We haven't decided exactly where yet. We're thinking about all the art in the synagogue that has to be determined. But this is a special moment. A moment in which we want to thank God for giving us life, for keeping us in life, and gosh, for bringing us to this yet another joyous occasion. The prayer for this moment is Shehachayanu. If you want it in your prayer books, it's on page 344. Please rise. If you're comfortable, you put your arms around each other, and we'll sing words of thanksgiving.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam she'eheyanu v'kimanu